Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miist back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. Going to be talking about every movie and show I watched last week, and I had a pretty decent week. I believe I watched 13 movies and one season of TV. So yeah, quick little precursor, I guess. I'm not feeling 100%, and I want to go to bed. I always record these before going to bed on Sunday night so that I can have them up Monday afternoon while I'm at work. And yeah, I'm just not feeling good. So I'm going to probably try to rush through this a little bit. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Let's start it off with the one and only season of TV that I watched this week, which is Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi, which is a really solid anime show that I really enjoyed from start to finish. After the first episode or two, I was kind of on the fence about it because not because I didn't enjoy it. I actually did enjoy it, but I was a little worried about getting another planet destroying weapon plotline. It's not only been reused, but it's been overused at this point in Star Wars. So I was a little worried about that, but we that's not even the main focus of this show, really. It's kind of like the overarching plot, but it's more of like a genuine galaxy destroyer. So that's kind of fun, I guess. And this is a very character driven story and show that I really enjoyed. I like the characters in the show. The animation is beautiful. I love the anime actual style of animation. I think it suits Star Wars animation a lot. I prefer it over the Clone Wars, but I still think my favorite piece of animation from Star Wars this year, at least, is still Maul. Maybe I'm kind of on the edge, but nonetheless, The Ninth Jedi, a continuation of two previous episodes, one from season one and one from season three of Visions. Check those out. Watch this show. It's really damn good. I ranked it an 88 out of 100. Let's move on to the movies, though. Starting it off with Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which I ranked a 39 out of 100. The Coen brothers are directors that I want to go through their filmography this year. Those are some of my goals for the year. Now, I didn't enjoy this movie, to say the least. I ranked it a 39 out of 100. I didn't hate it. I just don't think it's really for me. The comedy, especially, didn't hit for me. There just wasn't really much I enjoyed about it either. And this is basically a story of the Odyssey, which I didn't know until I'd seen that opening credit of that, which I don't know. I was trying to connect the dots to the Odyssey. There's very few moments that actually connect to it. Although I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've read the poem, but nonetheless, it's just not a movie for me. Ranked it a 39 out of 100. Let's move on to a 2026 release, which is Descendants Wicked Wonderland, which I ranked a 42 out of 100, which I watched with Mel. We've watched all the Descendants franchise. This is number five. There's no confirmation about a sixth yet, but it seems pretty inevitable. And yeah, I mean, it's bad, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen as far as like Disney Channel originals, because that's still what I consider them. It's really not that bad. There's much worse. So 42 out of 100. It's a little bit of an improvement on Rise of Red as well. The music is okay. I don't hate it. So yeah, the sets are pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie. The actual set pieces in this and the commitment to the sets, I think, is pretty awesome. So that's where a lot of these bonus points come from. But let's move on to a little short film, Ciao Alberto, which is a little short film of the following, or I guess the after of Luca, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But yeah, a cute little short film. Nothing too special about it. Ranked at a 3 star. Let's move on to A House of Dynamite. And Catherine Bigelow is one of my director goals for the year as well. Wanted to work on her filmography a little bit this week, and I did. Ranked it a 68 out of 100. As soon as the Rebecca Ferguson portion of I say Rebecca Ferguson, the Rebecca Ferguson and Danny Ramirez portion of this film ends, I'm not as invested, to say the least. I think there's some decent moments in the rest of it, but ultimately I just wasn't overly intrigued after that first portion. I said Danny Ramirez, sorry. I totally meant Anthony Ramos. But my apologies. Anyways, I ranked it a 68 out of 100. I think it's a decent movie. It's kind of got a Timu Oppenheimer score, which I thought was really funny as well. But definitely some moments of intrigue throughout. It's definitely like a dad movie, and we'll talk more about a dad movie later. But yeah, 68 out of 100, and not the only Netflix original you're going to see on this list. So let's move on to another Catherine Bigelow film, which is Detroit, which I ranked this a 71 out of 100. I think it's good. The way the story is told interested me. Um, I felt it was a little long at times, but I felt like it really did hit a lot of portions about the genuine, the genuine things that had happened that this story is revolved around, which I did not know any of these things. So yeah, this is a really fucked up movie, and not that the movie is like fucked up. It's just the actual situation that these men and women were put into with the Detroit police. It's pretty fucked up. So fair warning, but I would recommend this probably above most of the movies on this list. So 71 out of 100. I think it's a good movie. And let's move on to another Catherine Bigelow, the last on this list. I didn't even realize that all three of them were in a row, but Strange Days, which I ranked a 73 out of 100. This movie feels very David Cronenberg esque, but not as weird, and I enjoyed that. David Cronenberg usually tackles a lot of like interesting ideas, but it gets weird and it's not for everyone. They're not for me. Where I felt like this had some of that, I don't know, I guess that um, intrigue, but it's just so much more interesting, I find. There's a lot of intrigue in this plot, um, and it's kind of messed up as well. The plot device, I guess, that's used within this, it's pretty fucked up. Like looking at it as from like a social perspective, it's pretty fucked up. It's crazy what you can do with it, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think it's a solid movie. I really enjoyed it. Ranked it a 73 out of 100. I could see myself enjoying this more on a rewatch sometime as well. So, yeah. Let's move on to Public Enemies, which Michael Mann is also one of my director goals for the year. And I wanted to knock some of his movies off the list as well. And Public Enemies is one of them, which I ranked a 76 out of 100. I think this is the first time I've really seen Johnny Depp act in something that's not weird. Um, because I've really only seen him in like kooky roles. So it's kind of refreshing to see what he can actually do. And I'm looking at my review and there was an autocorrect. Anyways, Michael Mann's flair is pretty awesome. He's got such a flair for the dramatic, these big dramatic sequences and scenes, and you definitely feel that in this movie. I feel like the first like half an hour really had me interested, really had me locked in. Kind of lost me throughout the way, but ultimately, I think it's really interesting. And yeah, I thought it was a solid crime thriller. Ranked it a 76 out of 100. I think it's a good movie. Let's move on to Heartstopper Forever, which is one of Mel's favorite movies of the year, and I ranked it a 78 out of 100. She thought that's better than what I, or than she thought that is better than what she thought I was going to rank it. So, um, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this movie. I was questioning the 4 star, decided not to, landed on the 78 out of 100. Another 2026 watch, and it's good. It's really cute. Um, I seen that it's quite not quite different, but it's different. It's a different ending and outcome than the books have, apparently, which I can't say I've read the books, but Heartstopper as a series, as a universe, a franchise, Mel and I both enjoy. It is one of Mel's favorite shows, and she loves this movie as well, which no surprise. I feel like if you love the show, you'll probably love this movie. I would imagine. I like the show and I like the movie. So 78 out of 100. Shout out Kit Connor, who got announced as Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, this week as well. And apparently at D23 this week, we are going to get the announcement for the full X-Men cast, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, shout out Kit Connor, and I'm very happy about that. I love my man. Okay, let's move on to I think the newest movie on this list, which is The Last House, which I ranked at 81 out of 100. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a Netflix original. I remember when I first seen this trailer, I was really interested in the concept of it, and I love the starring of Greta Lee and Wagner Moura. I really like them. I liked them together in this movie. I thought they were pretty good in this movie as well. And yeah, I mean, I just really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed the first half of this movie more. Once we get to a specific time jump, um, I don't enjoy it as much. But like I said, I think the first half of this movie is far better, and I enjoyed it a little bit more. So ultimately, ranked it an 81 out of 100, and I think it's a great movie. But it's not my favorite 2026 watch of the week. It's not my favorite Netflix original from the week either. But the last on this list, I believe, which is The Rip, which is something I wanted to watch ever since it came out. Mel and I had talked about watching it a couple times, but not really up her alley. Decided to put it on this weekend, and I really enjoyed it. I like dad movies sometimes. Some dad movies really hit for me, and this is one of them. Ranked it an 83 out of 100. A crime thriller that actually had me thrilled and invested and intrigued. The mystery behind it was definitely something I was interested in as well. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet. And I loved the way the plot unraveled by the end as well. And I ranked it an 83 out of 100, which just outside my top 10 of the year. So not bad. Both of these last two. So not bad at all. Now let's move on to My Neighbor Totoro, which I ranked an 85 out of 100, which is really sad because I lowered this movie like 13 points. I watched this movie a couple of years ago, or a few years ago, when Mel and I were like very early on into our relationship. I watched it alone. I ranked it a 98 out of 100. I was amazed by it. I loved it. It was really my introduction to anime. I was watching the Digimon movies around that same time, but yeah, I really loved this movie back then, and I've seen more anime now, and although I still really enjoy this movie, I just don't love it as much as I once did, which is really sad because I always considered it to be one of my favorite anime movies. Ranked it a 98 out of 100 previously. It was a 5 star, so it's now down to a 4 star. So it went down significantly. And again, I do still enjoy it, but I'm sad that it had changed so much. I expected to maybe love it more, or sometimes I watch a 5 star where I'm like, I don't know if this is going to stay a 5 star. I rewatch it. I'm like, wow, that's an amazing movie. But unfortunately, I didn't feel that way with My Neighbor Totoro. So I still enjoy it. Ranked an 85 out of 100. Let's move on to one of my favorite summer watches every year now, which is Luca, which I ranked at 86 out of 100. I love this movie. I always have. I think this is a really fun, vibey summer movie. I think it's just really charming. It's really heartwarming. I love the musical score in it as well. I think it's really great. It's beautiful. I feel like it fits the like Italian scene, and I really enjoy that. And I like the characters. I like the plot behind it as well. um, I don't know. It's just a good Pixar movie, and I think it's underrated. So shout out Luca, 86 out of 100. Which brings us to my favorite watch of the week, which is Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is also how I started my week, I believe, back on Monday. Which, yeah, I ranked it a 93 out of 100. So last week when it first came out, I ranked it a 93 out of 100. The more I thought about it over the weekend, I was like, you know what? 94 out of 100, raised it. I went to see it on Monday, and I'm like, you know what? 93 out of 100. So I don't know if it's going to change. It could change. You never know. I will see this again in theaters at some point with Mel again and her father. So, that might be sometime over the next few weeks. I really don't know. Nonetheless, it's a great fucking movie, and I really, really love it. So, with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully, you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.